And we're back. We are picking up at Tyson, where we just dropped off. This load is going to Lubbock, and it took a minute to find this load. We were already on the property, and I mean, it was behind a building, behind a fence. You couldn't see it from one side, and the other side behind a building. Wow. Yeah, that was not a fun beginning, folks. Not a fun way to begin the trip, trying to find the load, but we found it. We now have it, and we're ready to go. It is about a 3-hour, almost 4-hour trip. Almost. So when we get there, we will have picked up, hopefully we will discover Lubbock. Where this is going is not actually in Lubbock. It's in the countryside of Lubbock, I guess you'd call it. I've never been to Lubbock, so I don't know if it's countryside or suburbs. But we'll see when we get to Lubbock. We may have to deadhead to discover Lubbock. But you know what? We'll do it. We will do it. If I can get out of here before that truck gets up here. Short trailer, so we should be okay turning this time. A little bit of problem getting in there. We had to go wide and didn't go quite wide enough.
Get ready to turn right.
We were going to pick up a cattle car to come up here, but we went with the hay. But it was a shorter trip, shorter route, and it didn't take us through New Mexico and brought us right into Dalhart, which means we knew that we would discover Dalhart. So that's why we did that.
Turn right.
We're going to turn right when we get up here. Darn train stopped everybody, held everybody up. Now this is going to take us, I believe we're going back through Amarillo. I don't think we're going to bypass Amarillo. I think we're going through Amarillo down to Lubbock. I don't think we're going around. Of course it's going to rain. We didn't tarp the hay. Of course they didn't. Make sure our lights are on. It's almost like snow.
Stay left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Be right back at you. Make sure my headlights are on. And they are. Okay, so we're good there. Because you know they will give you a ticket in the state of Texas for not having your headlights on, I guess, in a commercial truck. I don't know if it's in the cars. But in a commercial truck, I've gotten several tickets while in Texas for not having the headlights on. Whoop, 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 whoop. We don't have a green light. We got a red light. Let's wait for us to get a green. I do that in real life too. Anybody else do that? I've done that. Cars next to you going, oh yeah, it must be my turn too. And it's not. And then you look around like, you know, you don't want to see anybody because you just made a mistake. You don't want anybody to think you knew that. This trip's going to take a minute. It's a little bit longer than the last one, or the last two, but we will get there today. And when we get there, we will have picked up every city in the state of Texas. By pickup, I mean discover. I don't know why I can't just say discover. Same amount of syllables wouldn't take me longer, would it? But we will have discovered all 29 cities in the state of Texas. And then I will go do a little bit of research to see what we have to do if we don't pick up the badge for all the cities. We may have to pick up or deliver from each city. Something tells me in my heart of hearts that that's what it is. So we might have to do that. Go back and hit the cities that we have not picked up yet. And that may take a minute to research all that. I don't know. Can't complain too much. You know that the boards that you go to for help, the forums, is all volunteer. It's other players, it's other developers, whatever, modders. So you can't really complain when you don't get all the answers right away. It's all volunteer. So, and I love the game, even though it aggravates me at times. It's kind of like, you know, having children, I guess. They might aggravate you to death, but still gotta love them. Waiting on traffic so these trucks can turn and we can get on by. As a rule, I don't like to pass on the right. I have done it. I don't like doing it. Some places it is illegal. I don't do it simply for safety reasons. They almost need a left turn lane there, don't they? About 3 hours, so probably 35-minute video, maybe 40 minutes. I keep saying that, and it's always less, so you never know.
Stay right, and then turn right. Turn right. Go straight.
Put on a little cruise control here, save on my finger a little bit. We are going 65 because that's the max for this load. I can't figure out what causes that, because sometimes the truck will go 75. Other times you're lucky if you get it to go 65. So, yeah. And it's not the load. I don't know what causes that. I don't know what the problem is, or where the issue is, or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes you can put a speed limiter on your truck and it will keep it below 65. And I thought maybe that was what it was, but then sometimes it'll go 75 or 80, and other times it won't go over 65. So, don't know. I tend to believe that because the game is saved on World of Trucks and on Steam, that sometimes when I enter the game, even though I have deleted or uninstalled or unsubscribed or whatever you want to call it, to certain mods, that the game still comes up showing them there because they're saved on their version of it. So it makes a little bit of a difference. Something else I've noticed in the game so far is the newer version. I'm not having the issues that I used to have with the brakes. If I would stop suddenly, I had no air pressure for like 20 or 30 minutes. You had to let the truck build it back up. And you can be sitting in the middle of traffic and you're not going anywhere without air in the brake lines. So I have not experienced that so far since I've been back on 1.46. So very happy about that. Because it was pretty awful. A lot of times you'd stop because traffic's coming at you or something, and boom, you don't have any air, and you gotta sit there and wait for it to build back up. And it took forever. I mean, it would take 20 minutes in real life. You can imagine how long it took in game time. So it appears that that's been fixed, and I haven't researched that, but I have not had that issue since coming back to 1.46. So I'm hoping that was taken care of, that we don't have that issue again, because that was a pain in the other side of my lap. You like the way I say that? I'm trying to be nice, because it is YouTube. Now my videos are set up as not for children, and the reason for that is not because there's a lot of foul language or any reason why they shouldn't be, or other than YouTube policies. Because if I monetize my channel, which I hope to one day, it is difficult to monetize children's channels because of advertising. The advertising laws in the United States are that you can't advertise products, like you can't advertise to children like you can to adults. And I'm not saying like cigarettes or alcohol, those types of things. I'm saying any type of advertising. They don't want you advertising to children. ads that are aimed towards children tend to get a little bit more scrutiny than ones that are not. So rather than get into that issue, none of my videos are set to be for children. They're all not for children. And that's the only reason. I mean, I don't use foul language. That's not who I am. But just said a foul word. Oh, I'm just kidding. But that's why it's set to not for children. Because I do want to monetize the channel at some point. At some point I want to. Because I would like to be able to, pay for the game and buy more stuff for the game. If you figure out what it costs just to play the game, not to mention the microphone, the headset, the computer, the game itself. Every state you buy extra. You don't get states for free. We call them DLCs. And you have to buy those. They're not free. And the price on them varies. Depends on what day of the week you buy them, or if they're having a sale, or they all vary. But you're going to, if you buy all 48 states, you're going to have a chunk of change in this game just with that. Plus, you also have to have the microphone, the headset, and then, like I said, other people have steering wheel and pedals and gear shift and so many things that they have. And it adds up. I'm gonna tell you, you could have a chunk of change in this game now. Trying to stop over here for a minute. Okay. Take a break. My hands get a little bit stiff from holding the keys down. To be honest. Get me a drink here. I got some Diet Coke here. I'm going to take a sip of that. Let my fingers rest for a minute, then we'll get back on the road. Speaking of pedals and steering wheel, yeah. So, whew, fingers cramping from been playing all day. Okay, here we go. We're going to try this again. Right now I'm playing with 3 fingers, and those 3 fingers get a little sore after several hours of holding the key down. And yeah, I'm not a young guy anymore. I'm not old. I'm 65 in July, but yeah, wow. Can't believe I just said that out loud. That hurt. I don't feel like I'm 65 though, but never been this age, so I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. But yeah. I've got, it's fun. It's fun. I saw a video today about Betty White, who was most of us know probably that she was a very well-known actress in the United States, the Golden Girls and other shows. She died 70 days before her 100th birthday. So, yeah, it's a good age. Hour and 14 minutes. We should be coming back into Amarillo here, if that wasn't it. Maybe that was it we just went through. I don't know. They don't really tell you if you've already discovered it. They don't tell you the name of the city. Ding, 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 ding. Digging me to death here, folks. I think some of the problems with coming back to the game after a year is that there were so many updates that, I just wasn't used to it, and the mods that I was using were all outdated because I have not been on the game to update them. And so that was, I think, a big step to get all that synchronized again. And the easiest way was just to delete all the mods or unsubscribe, they call it. That was the easiest thing to do. So the game doesn't have all of the features that I had before. And I may add some more. I may add some of them back in. I don't want a lot of mods because it is a real challenge when they update. You have to figure out which ones have updated, which ones haven't. And if you don't get them on Steam, then you have to remember where you got it from. Like Coast to Coast is not on Steam. Canna Dream is not on Steam. You have to get those from a third-party site. And you have to remember all of those. Because when you have to update them, you have to go back to those sites and update.
Stay left.
So
Then turn left.
Sometimes it's a challenge, and it's, you don't play the game for a few minutes.
Left.
Sorry about that. Kind of come up on me pretty quick there. What in the world we got blinking up here? Something. One of the turn signals is on. What in the world here? Good Lord. Thought I turned that thing off. That turn signal's standing like I'm an old man driving to Vegas. That's a joke here in the States. If you're not from the United States, you might not understand that.
Ready to turn left.
Sometimes older people especially, will leave their turn signal on and forget that it's on, and they'll drive for miles, miles. But anyway. Going to be a minute to get out of here because there's traffic coming this way and there's traffic coming that way, and there's, yeah. Okay, we can go after this truck. Well, we could have if it wasn't for that car flying down the road at us. Well, I looked, didn't I? I didn't see a car coming. Oh well. Good thing about the game is you don't have to wait on the law to show up and all that. They just let you go on.
Go straight.
And no one ever gets hurt in the game. It's always damage to the vehicles. Nobody gets hurt, so it's all good.
Stay right, then turn right. Turn right.
That's another thing they added in 1.46 that we didn't have before. See how the truck's bouncing? They didn't have all that before. It's supposed to make it more realistic. 13 miles down a dirt road? Well, okay, at 75 miles an hour. Now, tell me that's realistic, folks. That's not realistic. Come on, really? Speed limits on this 1.46 are all messed up. There is no way you would bring a car or a truck down this at 75 miles an hour. There is no way. We're going 18 miles an hour, can barely keep it on the road. There's no way.
Get ready to turn right.
Here, turn right. Look at that, you got to go left.
Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Go straight.
Wow, that's quite a delivery there.
This is where it ends.
And we did it. But you know what we did not do? We did not discover. I think we can do this. We're just going to pull straight up. Let's do this one. We can pull straight up and get that one. According to that. I think we did that one. There you go. But we did not discover Lubbock. I didn't see a discovery for Lubbock. So we did it. We're here. We delivered to Lubbock, but we have not discovered Lubbock. So now we have to go over here and see if we discovered Lubbock. Let's see what we have here. We did discover Lubbock. We are through, folks. We did discover Lubbock. And we have all 29 cities in the state of Texas. We did it. We are through with Texas as far as discovering cities. Now we need to go and figure out where do we go from here? Okay. Where do we go from here? That's what we need to know. We do not have a garage in Lubbock, so we cannot go to the garage and sleep, even though it's 7 o'clock at night. We can go to the map and somewhere, well, there's not even a rest area near here. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably do a quick jump back up to Amarillo, or we could jump over here to Clovis, which I don't think we have a garage in Clovis either. Do we? Do we have a garage in Clovis? I don't see it. I don't see a garage in Clovis. Okay, we do not. So we will probably, well, we do have we don't have a garage in Lubbock. No, we do not. So we'll probably bounce back up to Amarillo or somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. But anyway, we've hit all 29 cities in the state. So we are through with Texas as far as discovering cities. Certainly we're not through with it. But we are through with having to discover every city. And then I'll do some research and see if we got the badge for delivering to, let me see, progress history. Let me see. It does not say. Skills. It does not say. Okay. This is what I was talking about earlier in another game, was that in order to get up to a 10, you have to meet all these skills. You have to do a long distance, high value cargo, fragile cargo, just-in-time delivery, fuel economy, and then you have to haul each of the different hazard materials, which is explosives. You have explosives, you have gases, flammable liquids, flammable solids, toxic and infectious substances, corrosive substances. You have to deliver something from each of those categories, and you then can't go any further on that. That's what you got. So we have discovered every city in Texas, and I'm going to go do some research and figure out if we got anything for that. I don't believe so. As I said before, I think I have to actually deliver or pick up at every city in the state to get the badge or whatever they call it. And we'll go check that and see. But for now, we're done. This is it for Texas for right now, as far as discovering cities. And we will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell, the notification bell, so you know when the next video will be uploaded. And we'll see you on the next one. See you when we see you.